wedding song.
I didn't.
Real important to this band.
You.
Memories. 6 months later, we can't remember. 6 years from now, forget it.
Can't eat on camera. I learned that. You don't eat on camera.
Okay, Dad. We should just leave it up, honey. What do you think?
Doesn't bother me. It's when other people see it and then start laughing.
Why is
you guys still have your Christmas tree out? Oh, was Christmas already gone by?
We don't want it to let it go.
It's next year's tree.
It's doing good. I don't know if it has roots into the
carpet
base there yet or not.
Hi, Dad.
See, that's the problem with video camera.
Deb, you're not going to say anything? Oh! What's the problem with the video camera?
Thank you for being such a nice teacher. Happy holidays from David Lane, 1989. 'Tis the season.
That's
Aww,
nice.
isn't that sweet?
Is there any more in here?
It's fine, Bob. He's got your eye. Whoa, look at this.
Right here. The town where Karen lives, Great Neck. It's like, remember this hat? I'm sure I was going to get killed.
Because of the Jews?
Yeah. But really, it's all Jewish.
Scott.
And loopers and all those things that they say in the TV show. The slam slampers and better words.
Well, make up your own.
Can't do that.
Sure you can. Improvise.
Hey now! Grinch Stole Christmas. Okay, I'm up in there. Oh, look at this picture. Noise and the noise and the noise, 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 noise.
Scott, we need the other battery.
Nope.
Feast and they feast and they feast. Feast, feast. Oh, yes, this is just like the TV show.
Imagine that.
And then they do something he liked least of all. Oh, do they have the song in here? Ba-oo, boy.
I don't think they don't. They don't.
So then we're gonna have to all sing that.
Yeah, we will. Mostly that.
No, we won't. We're on tape.
Now you can't laugh.
Goes up, sing match to it.
It is very scary.
Oh look, David. the
Panoramic view.
what you call it?
Panoramic.
Or panoramic view.
See that?
We gotta all be in the same place for a couple of seconds.
Karen's Christmas socks.
Oh! Okay. See me? Oh, the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss.
Oh, jeez.
We're usually in bed Saturday, but
Oh, sorry, we. Oh, shit.
Take 2. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. For Teddy Owen. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now, please ask why.
Why?
No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be, perhaps, that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's. staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm, lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now, hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas, it's practically here. Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming, I must find a way to keep Christmas from coming. For tomorrow, he knew, all the Who, girls and boys, would wake up bright and early. They'd rush for their toys, and then, oh the noise, noise. That's one thing he hated, the noise. And then, Who's young and old would sit down to a feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast. They would feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beast, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and those Who's would start singing. They'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing. Christmas, welcome. That's pretty good. Should keep going. And the more Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how?
How?
Then they both. I gotta get the Grinch on that one. Oh, maybe this way. The Grinch. Ding. Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat. And he made a quick Santa Claus suit and a coat. And he chuckled and clucked. What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. Yeah, right. That's the Grinch. And all I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around. But since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No, it didn't stop the old Grinch.
He's going to the fire.
No, that's... Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max.
Max!
Then he took some red thread and he tied a big horn on the top of his head.
Let's keep going.
Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, "Giddy up! and the sleigh started down towards the homes where the Who's lay a-snoozing
It's got yours.
in their town. All the windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, "This stop is number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed. And he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fists. And he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who's stockings all hung in a row. "These stockings," he grinned, "are the first things to go."
Ding, 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 ding.
Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present: popguns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorns, and plums, and what were the other things? Hoo-hoompas and loompas and okay. And he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took the last can of Who hash.
Who?
Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. "And now," grilled the Grinch, "I'll stuff up the tree." See this tree? Hilarious.
Ours is way better. Zoom.
And the Grinch grabbed the tree, and he started to shove when he heard a little sound like a coo of a dove. He turned around fast and saw a small Who, little Cindy Lou who was no more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter, who got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, "Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?"
You make a good Cindy Lou.
Yeah, that's it. But you know, that old Grinch was so smart and so quick. He thought up a lie. Oh, no, he was slick. And so slick. He thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick. "Why, my sweet little tot," the fake Santa Claus lied, "there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here." And the fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head, and he got her a drink and sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went off to bed with her cup, he went up the chimney and stuffed the tree up. The last thing he took was the log for the fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, that old liar. On the walls, he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. It was 1/4 dawn. All the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze. When he packed up his sled. Packed it up with their presents, their ribbons, their wrappings, the tags and the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip top to dump it. That's pretty good. Foo-foo to the Who's, he was grinchiously humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They'll just wake up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry, boo-hoo.
Sound like your hat.
There's a noise, the Grinch said, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put a hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. The sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eye, then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise.
Boris, welcome Christmas, hurry up with a story.
Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours, till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, the Whoville, they say, that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whistled his load through the bright morning light. He brought back the toys and the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast.
Merry Christmas to
Yeah, Merry
all.
Christmas to all. Cheers.
Sweetie, you did a good
You
story.
did a great job.
I like Rudolph.
I liked the dog.
That does look like Max, doesn't it?
This
the Grinch stole Christmas.
Now he's busy.
Okay, let's watch it. Thank you to Mr. Bob Olson.
Good job, sweets.
Got that on video.
You got worse things on the name.